The emperor who made his horse a senator, Caligula's madness. He was born into legacy. Gaius Julius Caesar Germanicus, son of the beloved general Germanicus, grandson of Mark Antony, great-nephew of Augustus. From the moment of his birth in 12 AD, the eyes of Rome were on him. He was royalty by blood, but not yet by power. As a child, he marched with his father's legions in Germania, wearing a miniature soldier's uniform. The troops adored him, nicknaming him Caligula, Little Boots. What began as a term of affection would one day become a name soaked in fear, ridicule, and legend. When his father mysteriously died, likely poisoned, Caligula was swept into a dark world of Roman palace intrigue. He was taken under the wing of Emperor Tiberius, a paranoid ruler who exiled, tortured, and executed even his closest allies. Some say Caligula learned early that survival meant silence. Others say the trauma broke him. In 37 AD, Tiberius died, under suspicious circumstances of course, and Caligula, at just 24, was declared Emperor of Rome. The city erupted in celebration. Statues were erected, sacrifices offered. After decades of Tiberius's gloom, Caligula seemed like a savior. For the first few months, he was exactly that. He pardoned exiles, gave bonuses to soldiers, and threw extravagant games for the people. But then, everything changed. Just 6 months into his reign, Caligula fell gravely ill, feverish, bedridden, and near death. And when he recovered, Rome barely recognized him. The joyful prince became a cruel and unpredictable god-king. He didn't just demand loyalty, he demanded worship. He appeared in public dressed as Jupiter, as Apollo, as Hercules, calling himself a living god. He built a bridge across the Bay of Baiae just to ride his horse across it, because a soothsayer once said he had no more chance of becoming emperor than of riding across that bay. He did it, and dared anyone to laugh. Caligula turned the imperial palace into a theater of humiliation. Senators were forced to fight in mock gladiator games. Nobles were ordered to run beside his chariot, sweating and gasping while he jeered from above. One nobleman was ordered to publicly divorce his wife, only so Caligula could marry her for a week and then cast her aside. But amid the madness, one figure stood above them all. Incitatus, the horse. He was white, strong, and swift, a prized racing steed. Caligula adored him, lavishing the horse with more wealth and comfort than most Roman citizens could dream of. He gave Incitatus a marble stall, an ivory manger. He fed him oats mixed with flakes of gold. He assigned him 20 servants. He hosted banquets, with the horse as guest of honor. And then, Caligula made a proclamation. He would appoint Incitatus as consul, one of the 2 highest elected officials in the Roman Republic. The Senate was speechless. Were they being mocked? Was this a joke? A threat? Historians like Suetonius and Cassius Dio recorded the tale, but even they weren't sure if it was literal, symbolic, or both. Some believe Caligula was ridiculing the Senate, showing them that their power was so meaningless, even a horse could hold it. Others think it was genuine madness, a mind lost to power, paranoia, and isolation. But Caligula didn't care what they thought. He believed himself untouchable, divine. He once stood at a temple in Gaul and ordered his troops to collect seashells, claiming it was the spoils of a campaign against Neptune. He declared war on the sea, and won. This was not politics, it was theater, and it terrified Rome. Eventually, even the guards who once protected him began to whisper. On January 24th, 41 AD, Caligula was ambushed in a tunnel beneath his palace. He was stabbed over 30 times. His wife and daughter were murdered as well. The Senate briefly tried to restore the Republic, but the military had other ideas. Within hours, Caligula's uncle Claudius was declared emperor, and Incitatus? The horse quietly vanished from history. No one knows what became of him. No final race, no tomb, just silence. But his story, or at least the myth of his story, would live on. A horse, nearly made a consul. Whether a cruel joke or the ultimate insult, Incitatus became a symbol of the rot beneath Rome's grandeur, a reminder of what happens when absolute power meets unchecked ego. Was Caligula truly mad? Or was he simply playing a game the rest of Rome refused to understand? We may never know. But his legacy still echoes today, in stories of tyrants, in warnings from history, and in the image of a pampered white horse standing above the senators of Rome. This is the madness. This is the myth. This is the historian's cut.